I have no idea how this works really. Um, so let me know. Let me know if you notice. All right. So I tried to do this live before, um, about the right after the verdict, but I'm still dealing. This is Prism. I don't know how to deal with Prism. Yes, yet. I mean, I don't know how to multi-stream there, and I try to watch some videos, and really they didn't help me that much. So I'm in the dark here. I don't know if um, the chat room is working. I don't see where the chat comes out. I wrote the words chat and oh, there it is. There it is. So yeah, please let me know if you see this outside of YouTube. I know it's in YouTube, but I need somebody outside of YouTube and inside of, like, if you're watching it from YouTube to um, tell me if you're watching it live. If you're watching after the live went off, that won't help me. You can actually make comments, ask questions, no problem with that. But I need somebody to help me with this wireless live so I know what I'm doing. Because um, the tutorials really didn't help me that much. And apparently, there's something going on with YouTube that won't allow me to do things my way, you know? And it, you know, pisses me off. I'm sorry to say it that way, but so um, I'm gonna say this about. Let me start like I started the other streaming. The reason I kind of erased the other ones, and because I try to do it twice, and there's always these problems where you are trying new software. I'm the type of person that if I get lost reading the instructions, I'll just, there's something here that I need to turn on, and I don't know where it's supposed to be. Um, yeah, that's right. That's right. Now I have, all right. So, um, just wanted to. I don't know where I put it, but I can do it with my finger. I just want to write down some stuff and see um, if it's. Okay. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I can write plays there. Good. Um, okay, let me go down. So let's see if I can. It's weird. All right. All right. So I have to. Makes no sense, but whatever. Um, I thought there was gonna be some music. I don't know, some music that I could add to this. Well, let me not keep kind of entertaining myself here. Um, all right, so this is the deal with um, this murder case. Whatever side you are on, um, there are things you are not going to be satisfied with. I understand that. I understand that we need to uh, start thinking about how to end um, this um, divide, divide that it's in this nation, and so how do we do that? We gotta uh, put ourselves in everybody's shoes on this, and that's not an easy thing to do. That's not an easy thing to do, but I think we gotta be um, thinking in what do we need to give, and not so much in what do we need to get there, right? So let's talk about a few things about this, uh, what this is going to do from now on. The people that are supporting the police are not going to be happy. Um, if they thought Chauvin was innocent, I hope I'm not pronouncing the name wrong. If I'm doing it, please forgive me. It's not my intention to say any of the names, right? And like I said, both families, whether it is George Floyd family, that they are not gonna get him back, but at least they got some compensation. And sometimes it's not the compensation; it's the recognition that gets to that compensation where it's important. It's a recognition that somebody messed up, and as a consequence, somebody died. And that's one of the things that we need to understand. In this situation, someone died. Someone died. Whether you think the procedure was used the way it should be used, or you think the procedure was done wrong, someone died, and there are questions that need to be answered, right? Um, if somebody has her or his um, knee on top of somebody, especially on somebody's neck, um, you don't want to make it as long as possible, right? And if it's 8 minutes, I think 8 minutes is not just long; is irresponsibly long. You can add intention or not to that, but I don't think that a procedure like that, a knee, especially on somebody's throat, shouldn't even be there. It should be somewhere a little bit back, uh, on the back side, and it should be the less amount of time possible, because even there you can cause severe damage. If you add to that the idea that the person said that he wasn't breathing well, he had problems breathing, I don't know, you put him on the side or something so they can, you know. I'm a person who has breathing problems. If I would have been in that situation, I would have died. I am absolutely sure that I would have died. And so, um, like I said, whether you think the intentions or the use or anything, whatever political motivation you think there was or something like that, think about this. If there was no video of this, would we be talking about it? Would even be something that the press would cover that much? And I'm not talking, okay, you can, given the whole racism, oh, you're assuming there's a racist motive. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because there are cameras now, a lot of people that could get away with a lot of stuff can't get away with it now. And there's a few things that you need to understand about this is that now procedure and training has to be on point. You know, that now if you want to take care of your fellow cop, you time him and say, look, we're only allowed so many seconds to do this, and so time's up. You know, the science of it has to be on point. Everything. Because I understand that a policeman have to take care of themselves too. Like, avoiding somebody getting hurt is also avoiding the police officer getting hurt. The police officer is somebody. But procedures have to be on point and things have to be on point so no one, absolutely no one gets hurt. And look at this, what happened. Not only George Floyd died, right? Now a policeman is, I don't know what the sentence is because I have been doing some stuff, so I haven't been up with the sentence. But there's 2 counts of second degree murder, and there's 1 count on third degree murder. I don't know how that works, but that looks pretty bad for him. I don't know how Minnesota does with these kind of things, but it's either life in prison or death penalty. I don't know how that, and I don't have the information here. Um, Wikipedia updated the case, but I don't I don't see how uh, the sentence. I don't know the sentence right now. So if you know the sentence, you can please type it there. Any information you wanna. I'm just trying to avoid being like having the logo right up top of me. Um, I can move this a little bit here, I guess. Um, but is this okay? I don't know. I had this set for the daytime. I'm doing this at night, so something weird about this lighting. Uh, Effects now. I wish this would be easier. Also, my glasses are kind of blocking, so I'm looking at this in a different way. So, what I'm trying to say is we are in an age when people are not going to get away with a lot of stuff they used to get away. And that's good. That's good because we shouldn't. Now, I'm not saying, you got to understand something. I'm not saying either Chauvin or his family are racist. I don't know that. I cannot judge that. But what I can say is that he either didn't follow procedure or he did follow procedure and procedure is wrong. And if it's the last, it's a sadder thing because um, he's still guilty. Somebody has to pay. But the department's gotta look this and say we need to revise this. We need to do something. On the other hand, if it's a racist situation, if it is a racist situation, then you know um, there's nothing I can say that would um, it is what it is. I mean, you can't expect to act wrong and get good um, things in life. So I don't know if that's the case, but if it was the case, there you go. Like, there's gonna be two camps on this. I'm gonna tell you a story about when I was younger. I lived in Arizona. Arizona for me was a very interesting place because um, it was a place where I got to experience some um, I don't know if it milder would be the good way to put it, but it would have been the milder version of racism, I guess. I don't know. Somebody threw a rock at me. They didn't hit me. You know, kind of avoided uh, and told me that to go back to the Middle East. And I'm like, I yell at them, I've never been there. I, I was born as an American citizen because I'm Puerto Rican, and I didn't give the Puerto Rican explanation. But Puerto Ricans are born American citizens, so I've never been in the Middle East, you know? Maybe if I served, which, um, I almost was about to enroll once, and other reasons I never did, that. But I remember regretting some of that, and maybe God was protecting me. I don't know. I would have probably died and come back. I probably, if I would have been a vet, I probably would have gone to either Afghanistan or Iraq for sure. But the thing is that um, I lost my train of thought for a second. And so I experimented racism at a certain level. I had long hair, no facial, and I had more color on my skin. I was more tan. So a lot of Navajo members of Navajo tribes actually talked to me in Navajo. They thought I was Navajo. Um, so I don't know what you make out of this. Right now, I look kind of either Jewish or Caucasian, and you know that was another problem. I mean, I when I had long hair, uh, Navajo people thought I was Navajo. Uh, I remember walking the streets and people, and I didn't know. I did know that uh, Puerto Ricans and uh, Black Americans would get something like this, like people, all the sounds of the locks on the cars while I was crossing the street on a crosswalk on the street light, right? So I experienced that. Maybe as a Navajo, I don't know, because I'm not a Navajo, but you know, I don't think that in Arizona people thought, this long haired dude is a Puerto Rican, but I know Puerto Ricans that have experienced that, and I know I was thrown out of a store because they thought I was going to rob them, and I was just there looking at clothes in Miami. I don't know. Those kind of things kind of leave a mark on people. And that's why when you think that black Americans or any other minority um, are kind of paranoid about things, think about this. There are little instances all around the clock where people just treat these persons that are minorities as different than the other ones that are white or the Caucasian descent. Now, how do I know it? Because people that mistake me as a white person treat me different as the people that treat me as a Latino guy. And it's not always a negative thing, but it's a thing that does happen. So, so it happens. It's just unavoidable. Now, there are things that people have to understand. If there is not an intermingle area for people to from other races to unite, um, you know, we are going to have that problem always. Why sports are a place where you can be any color you want, get together, watch sports, and be like in Kings of Men, and be all like, yeah, we are all the same, because we are all, in my case, Lakers fans, right? Independently of your political opinion, if you put on a Lakers hat, you go to the Staples Center. Uh, Not me, because I don't live in LA, unfortunately, for that. Um, you know, you are a Lakers fan wherever you go, and there are people from other countries that are Lakers fans, and we go all talk because we got something that unite us. And it's so silly to be uh, at this point um, separating ourselves because of our pigmentation, right? So it's weird. I know, like, if you discriminate, like saying in beauty taste, you like um, darker or a lighter skin in terms of, you know, who you want to make love to, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. I understand that. What but you know, outside of that, you're not gonna get melatonin cooties out of people. It just doesn't happen. Um, and this idea that this race or this other race is less or more emotional or is less or more intelligent, is that's not science. That has to do with culture. Yeah, there's some cultures that are have the infrastructure for learning certain things better than learning other things, that give more importance to certain things than other things, you know. And I can give you examples. Like, the two cultures that are associated with intelligence that are very known are Jewish people and Asian people. But Jewish people usually score better on things that have to do with literature, with language, and that kind of stuff. That doesn't mean that is genetics. That that has to do more with culture. Asians, in some ways, it's about building things, about engineering and architecture. But again, it has to do with culture, has to do with how you code and decode things since you are a kid, um, and that have to do with the exposure you get to certain things, certain ways to learn, and all that kind of stuff. And that varies with people. That it's like I don't know how to explain it more. It doesn't have to do with DNA. And it's sad that people don't understand that. It's sad. It's really really sad. But we can't be in these camps. The other thing is cultural appropriation. Look, that word is killing us because cultural appropriation. I understand. What's the issue with that? You don't want to, for example, in basketball, I can go to and Google right now who created the jump shot, and there's going to be a name on that person, and that person is going to be a white person. Who's gonna who created the fadeaway, and you can't find them? And I said in a video I did about Will Chamberlain, I believe Will Chamberlain came up with the fadeaway because I can't see any other player before him doing it. But I can't really claim that because there is no historical record saying that Will Chamberlain made that shot. But I can't find anybody that made it before him. The only people you talk about when you talk about fadeaway shots are Jordan and this guy from Dallas. I forget names. You can put the name down on the chat or on the. I can't believe I forgot his name. You Dallas fans or non-Dallas fans, you can write down the name when you see this video. If you get to this point, because I'm 33 minutes into this rambling. And I understand, there's another controversy about the invention of rock and roll, and so the Black American population is kind of upset at, that a lot of the stuff that Black Americans have done for this country or putting this country on the map has been shoved under the, you know, under the historical records. It doesn't appear, and you have to get to historians. Um, you have to go to historians from Black American universities to really tell you what are these things that Black Americans have done for the country. They have to create the Black History Month, and those are things that at certain point you have to expect Black Americans to be suspicious of anything, you know, because you know, uh, wouldn't you be suspicious? Like, I just don't know how to keep explaining that. But um, I'm gonna leave it here. Um, if you want to me to talk about this further in, I don't know if I didn't cover something, but I want you to be confident and just put whatever you want to put there. Um, I will try to address it in another live or a video or something there. But um, take care of each other, yourself. Treat everybody that it's American as American with the same rights. And everybody who visited, like some guests, you want to come back, you want them to come back to your home. Treat yourself well, treat treat each other well. May God bless you, and go Lakers. Bye bye.